All right. Shalom. First, like somebody send our praise to you. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, the honors to the elders and the apostles that were well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. My name is Amawan, and I'm here to prophesy about the downfall of America. I'm just going to spirit. We dealing with what now in this month? Pride Month. Pride Month is against the Bible. Pride Month consists of the LGBTQ community flourishing and having these parades and a whole month of celebration for the same wickedness that got Sodom and Gomorrah destroyed. Right, so let's start with this precept. Revelation chapter 11 verse 8. It says, in their dead bodies. Whose dead bodies? The Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called blacks, Latins, and Native Americans, man. The blacks including them Haitians, so-called Haitians that came over on the slave ships with them Negroes and them so-called Jamaicans, Trinidadians. They are included in the 12 tribes of Israel, man. You know? So Revelation 11:8, and their dead bodies, meaning that they don't have the truth. That's why they're known as dead bodies. Shall lie in the street of the great city. The great city is America, which spiritually is called Sodom, because America took after the philosophies of Sodom and Gomorrah, man. It was 5 cities. Homosexuality, the LGBT community all over again, basically. And Egypt, America took after the philosophies of Egypt. You got the obelisk in Washington, pyramid on your dollar, all seeing eye, as well as other customs that Egypt partook in. America took them same customs and brought them here and let everybody celebrate, worship, and partake in the celebrations of former Egyptian philosophies. Where also our Lord was crucified. Who is our Lord? Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, whose biblical nationality is Yahushai. There's no J's in Hebrew, no U's in Hebrew, no E's in Hebrew. So, you know, that's not his name, man. And a lot of people are waking up to realize that a lot of people are not. And that word crucified means to be crossed out. There's no knowledge of the Most High. Well, there wasn't any knowledge at one point in time of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in this land. But now the Lord has rose up his prophets, because we are in the end times, here to proclaim his word and bring that knowledge back. But not everybody's going to wake up to the fact that that's the Lord, his name, and that deliverance is only coming for the nation of Israel, man. That's why that's an example of the Lord being crossed out. right, so now if I get into this article. Let's see. People are claiming to be Christians, but they're not even aware or don't care that this Pride Month with this homosexual shit, lesbian, queer, is condemned by the Bible. It ain't no coincidence on why Russia is threatening America with nuclear war. There is no coincidence on why North Korea is doing the same. China, the same. Fire and brimstone rained down on Sodom and Gomorrah and those total of 5 cities in the ancient world because of these acts. The new fire and brimstone is the nuclear missiles. But this is suburban communities, and that word community goes back to Baal, which is another god. Host festivals, parades to celebrate Pride Month, but they have no idea or no clue on the celebrations that's in the scriptures that we supposed to adhere to, man. It says celebrations in Downers Grove attracted hundreds of people, with organizers noting this year drew the festival's largest crowd seen to date. The largest crowd, meaning more homosexuals out there, or everybody turning wickeder and wickeder, like the scriptures say. As the time goes on, people are going to get wickeder and wickeder, and a lot of them people probably out there just because they ain't got nothing else to do. All hell going on in these families, in these so-called neighborhoods, and why not get outside and go celebrate amongst the homosexuals? You know? But all of that is condemned according to the scriptures, man. You're supposed to hate the evil, love the good, not partake and participate. It says, suburban communities are celebrating Pride Month by holding different events to mark the occasion. NBC5's I don't know how to say the last name, takes a look at the festivals across the Chicagoland area. And I watched the news clipping that said Global Pride Festival. Global going into New World Order, as well as it being celebrated all over the world. That's the wine that the whore pushed out, America. Whore meaning she took after the philosophies of multiple nations. She's pushing out philosophies of all the nations on the rest of the world. But it says celebrations in Downers Grove attracted hundreds of people, with organizers noting this year drew the festival's largest crowd seen to date. Everyone is so happy to hear to celebrate being themselves, or to be here. To be here to celebrate being themselves, to be part of a community that appreciates them and recognizes them for who they are, Jody Harap of Equality Downers Grove said. Right, and that was just some wickedness that was pushed out by the U.S. government, man. It's witchcraft involved, but ultimately it's the Lord put it in a spirit to accept and do, because we have to, because prophecy has to take place in order for this place to be destroyed, man. It says the organization hosted Pride Fest at Fishel Park calling for acceptance and unity while offering craft stations and community boosts to help educate about causes supporting the LGBTQ community. We support initiatives such as the Youth Outlook Drop-In Center for LGBTQ Youth here in Downers Grove. Right, so they even got the kids participating. Equality Downers Grove co-chair Catherine Deese said, "We also have another initiative that's a name-changing initiative to help pay for court costs for trans people changing their names who might not be able to afford the court cost." Right. So they making sure they push this agenda, make sure it's accepted, which is part of the tricks of the devil, man. The celebrations continued in suburban Elgin with the 3rd annual Pride Fest and Parade. I believe the purpose of this event is to let people know that we support everybody and everything that believes in pride. Attendee Eve Reyes said, It's so full of love every time I come here. I feel the love." In downtown Oak Park, organizers prepare to welcome festival goers for Out in the Burbs, believed to be the largest LGBTQ celebrations in the western suburbs. Additionally, a display of pride and community support was seen in Des Plaines in the parking lot of Christ Church. It's crucial to be a pillar of support for the community and to show everyone is loved, no matter who they are or how they identify, community organizers Jesse Maag said. Hopefully a homosexual was shot. All right. Slocky, bear with me. All right, this is Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Right, and this is the law of the scriptures. Now let me look up this word abomination. Because you're not supposed to have sex with another man, man. Sodomy. That's against the scriptures. Abomination, a thing that causes disgust or hatred, a feeling of hatred. Something regarded with disgust or hatred, something abominable. Extreme disgust or hatred, right? So that's an abomination. That's extremely disgusting. And the Lord hates that. This is Romans 7:1. Because your pastor will have you believe that the law is done away with, but it'll never show you in the scriptures where it says the law is done away with. This is Romans chapter 7, verse 1. Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law. Who knows the law? The Israelites knew the law. The Gentiles, it's just different types of Gentiles in this Bible, man. You got the Israelites that didn't know that they were Israelites, that took on various customs of the other nations. And then you have the actual Gentiles, those who the Lord doesn't deal with, which represents the other nations, man. Romans 7:1. Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law, how that the law have dominion or rule over a man as long as he liveth. Right, so the law has rule over man as long as he liveth. This is John chapter 5, verse 45. Do not think that I will accuse you to the Father. There is one that accuseth you, even Moses, in whom ye trust. Right, because Moses was given the law. Moses gave the law to who? The 12 tribes of Israel. There are 613 laws. For had ye believed Moses, ye would have believed me, for he wrote of me. Moses wrote of whom the world calls Jesus Christ, whose real name is Yahweh Shai. If you believe him, you gonna believe me. If you don't believe him, how you gonna believe me? Yahweh Shai was the walking testimony. But if ye believe not his writings, how shall you believe my words? And you see I jumped the gun. But that's the scriptures. That's the spirit, man. This is Psalms chapter 40, verse 7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. And we're going to look up this word volume in a minute. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me to do thy will, O God. And this is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai represents the book, man. Remember he said he was the word? He come in the whole book. What they declare as the New Testament, the Old Testament, and the Apocrypha. That's one total book. They separated the Apocrypha from the original text. You can get the Apocrypha from the 1611 edition Bible. And if I'm not mistaken, the Roman Catholics have it in their Bible. But yeah, the Lord is prophesied and written throughout the whole book, man. He is the walking word. He is the walking testimony. All right, this is volume. Hold on. Volume simply refers to the amount of three-dimensional space an object occupies. It says, think of it as how much space something takes up, right? So Yahweh Shai is in the whole book, like the inside of a box. You can also think of volume as capacity, meaning how much a container can hold. Volume, the amount of space that a substance or object occupies. He said it comes in the volume of the book, meaning he in the whole book, the whole Bible, or that is enclosed within a container, especially when great. A book forming part of a work or series. Right, so hold on. Alright, yeah, no, that's good enough. This is John chapter 1, verse 1. It says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. Now we know the Word was Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. He was in the beginning. Yahweh Shai has always been here, man. He made the worlds. Him and the first fruits of the elect, the other chosen angels that lost their first estate, which are the brothers that's teaching the gospel now today. Men like me, Yahweh I'm of the elect, but those that are of the elect that's teaching the word were made by Yahweh Shai and helped him make the world. They are known as the first fruits. Yahweh Shai was the word from the beginning. The Most High Yahweh gave the order to Yahweh Shai and the brothers, the rest of the angels, to create the world, man. He doesn't have to, the boss doesn't do no work. The CEO of the company doesn't have to do no work, man. He gives a blueprint to the workers, and the workers go and do the work. Just to simplify it for you. It says, John 1 and 5, and the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehendeth it not. Yahweh Shai was the light, the word was the light, the darkness was all the people that didn't have the truth, and they couldn't comprehend who he was. That's why they crucified him and called him evil, or the devil. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. The same came for a witness, to bear witness of the light, that all men through him might believe. He was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of that light. That was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. Speaking on Yahweh Shai again. He came unto his own, and his own received him not. Yahweh Shai came unto who? The Jews. But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of God, the elect, the chosen, even to them that believe on his name. Yahweh Shai. If you don't have the right name, and this is a cut to Nate and all the churches that's using the wrong name. If you don't have the name, you will not be saved from the coming destruction, man. If you don't have the name, you are not able to fight the temptations and the demons that these crackers, these Edomites, through their witchcraft and their TV, radios, they push out, movies. That's why you need the name. The name helps, what is this? Anyone that name it the name departed from sin. The name is a strong tower. The name is what defends you from the evil that surrounds you, man. That's the importance of the name. It says, 1 John chapter 1 verse 12. But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of God, even to them that believe on his name, which were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of the Most High. And the Word was made flesh, and this is what I'm getting at. Yahushua was the testimony, the Bible. He was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. Verse 15, John bare witness of him that cried, saying, this was he of whom I spake. He that cometh after me is preferred before me, for he was before me. And that's just another testimony of Yahushua being here at the beginning of the world. He was always here. He didn't just pop up on the scene when he came in the flesh as the deliverer, man. All right, this is one second. Pride Month 2025. This is from the AI overview. It says Pride Month in 2025, like every year, will be celebrated throughout the month of June, from June 1st to June 30th. This period is dedicated to commemorating and celebrating the LGBT plus community, offering a space for events, parades, and community gatherings to honor LGBTQ plus identities and fight for equality. And they did this basically to throw off the equality in the fight that Jake has been fighting as African Americans, Latin Americans, Native Americans to fit in this society. Native, whether you Native or Seminole, you know. It says just another event, man, to distract and keep Jake and them from fighting and rising up, man. It says special events. Many cities and regions have specific events planned for Pride Month, such as parade, festivals, and cultural gatherings. Now it's a culture now. World Pride, like I was mentioning earlier. Washington, D.C. will be hosting World Pride 2025, a large international event celebrating LGBTQ plus culture and history. A lot of them countries over in the Middle East don't accept this, and they've been killing LGBTQ members because it's against the natural way of life, man. The Lord said man and woman join together, be fruitful and multiply. You can't multiply if you're a part of the LGBT community. Or what do you call it? B meaning bisexual. You can't multiply if you're a lesbian or homosexual. It says focus on community, which they're under another God. Pride Month is a time for the LGBTQ plus community and their allies to come together and celebrate. Examples of Pride events in 2025. World Pride 2025, Washington, D.C. This event will run from May 23rd to June 8th. Featuring a variety of events and cultural programs. It says Boston Pride. Boston will hold a parade and festival on June 14th, 2025. Chicago Pride Fest, a 2-day street festival, will take place on June 21st to the 22nd, 2025. The weekend before the Chicago Pride Parade. All this is just a testament of their wickedness, which the Lord has taken into account, man. This is their evidence of their wickedness on why this place is going to be destroyed. Chicago Pride Parade. The parade will take place on June 29th, 2025 with the theme United in Pride. New York City Pride. New York City Pride will have Youth Pride on June 28th and a march and festival on June 29th. Disneyland Pride Night. Disneyland Pride will host Pride Night on June 16th and 18th, 2025. Right. So the adults and the children, they got them up. They got them both. Pride Month, sometimes specified as LGBTQ Pride Month, is a month-long observance, and this is on the Wikipedia, dedicated to the celebration of LGBTQ pride, commemorating the contributions of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer culture and community. Pride Month is observed in June in the United States, coinciding with the anniversary of the 1969 Stonewall riots, a series of gay liberation protests. I ain't heard of these. 1969 Stonewall riots. That's 666, man. This is the Stonewall riots. The Stonewall riots, also known as the Stonewall Uprising, Stonewall Rebellion, Stonewall Revolution, or simply Stonewall, were a series of spontaneous riots and demonstrations against a police raid that took place in the early morning hours of June 28, 1969 at the Stonewall Inn in the Greenwich Village neighborhood of Lower Manhattan in New York City. It says, although the demonstrations were not the first time American LGBTQ people fought back against government-sponsored persecutions of sexual minorities, the Stonewall riots marked a new beginning for the gay rights movement in the United States and around the world. So. All right. So that's the history of the Stonewall riots. Let's see what the Lord got to say about this, man. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 29. It says, "Lo, this only have I found, that the Most High has made man upright." Right. The Lord made men to like women. But they have sought out many inventions. That homosexuality shit is an invention, man. Man was made to lay with women. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 28. It says, hold on. Verse 27. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 27. "Behold, this have I found, said the preacher," this is Solomon, "counting one by one, to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found." So there's one righteous man amongst 1,000 have Solomon found. Same thing that applies now today. That's why a lot of these guys are into this homosexuality shit that's going on, because they are part of that unrighteous bunch. "But a woman among all those have I not found." And this is why the women are partaking in that lesbian shit, because there are no righteous women. But, you know, there are righteous women starting to wake up and come back now. Right, man. The women are known as the weaker vessel. Satan can easily work himself through them. They are the daughters of Eve. Remember, Eve took the apple. The apple represents a philosophy. It wasn't an actual apple. And she gave that philosophy to who? Her man. Same stuff that's going on now today, man. These women are the most acceptance of this LGBT community BS, and they push it off on their children. Children, the boy might not even be gay, but the woman is pushing that shit on them and calling them gay. They even got to where men on men adopting children, just like they got to where women on women adopting children, man. Messing the kids' minds up. But that's all a part of Bible prophecy. The Lord is giving them over to that, man. Dang, I'm trying to think of the precept where, man, I don't know, I think it was Paul who spoke on the lady being righteous and was bigging her up, because there are righteous women, what the scriptures call an elect lady. There are chosen women that will return back to the Lord. As a matter of fact, there's going to be a lot of women, because the men can have more than one woman. When all hell break loose, or come leading into the times of all hell breaking loose, we're going to be able to have more than one woman. You know, the scriptures say 7, meaning completion. You can have more than one woman. So the women, they gonna come, but they gonna come with all hell break loose. But there's gonna be a lot of women that die because they are unrighteous, man. But there are some women in the scriptures that were being bigged up, man. Just for you women's sake, you know. I cannot think of the precept, but give me 1 second. This is 2 John chapter 1 verse 1. The elder unto the elect meaning chosen, lady and her children, whom I love in the truth, and not I only, but also all they that have known the truth. All right, this is 2 John chapter 1 verse 1. Again, it says, the elder unto the elect lady and her children, whom I love in the truth, and not I only, but also all they that have known the truth, for the truth's sake, which dwelleth in us, and shall be with us forever. Grace be with you, mercy and peace from the Most High, the Father, and from the Lord Yahushua, the Son of the Father, in truth and love. I rejoice greatly that I found of thy children walking in the truth. Right, so she walking in the truth, her children walking in the truth. As we have received a commandment from the Father. And now I beseech thee, lady, not as though I wrote a new commandment unto thee, but that which we had from the beginning, that we love one another. Right, and this is for you women, man, you know. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment, that as ye have heard from the beginning, ye should walk in it. Right, so you women have to adhere to the statutes, laws, and commandments to the best of y'all ability of what y'all can do also, man. Y'all have a lot in a role, just like the children do. After the age of 12, the children are have to start keeping the law, man. It says, verse 6, and this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment that as ye have heard from the beginning, ye should walk in it. For many deceivers are entered into the world, your church pastors, these false Israelite groups like Nate, Bishop Nate of the IUIC. The ISUPK is going off on precepts also. You have to have the full truth in order to make it to the kingdom of heaven. For many deceivers are entered into the world who confess not that Yahweh Shai is come in the flesh. How do you confess that Yahweh Shai has not come in the flesh? By the color. People don't believe in the color. People don't believe in the name. You got some people that just don't believe he came as a whole, man. You know? This is a deceiver and antichrist. Antichrist meaning anti-Yahweh Shai. Anybody who against the doctrine of the Lord is antichrist, man. Verse 8, look to yourselves, that we lose not those things which we have wrought, but that we receive a full reward. Whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Yahweh Shai, have not the Most High. He that abideth in the doctrine of Yahweh Shai, he hath both the Father and the Son. Basically what I was just saying. If you not teaching that the Lord came into the flesh, or if you're teaching contrary to the gospel, the true understanding of the doctrine, then you don't have the Lord, man. That's even for people that came in and walked out, man. They didn't abide in the understanding of the gospel, man. They left. All right. Yeah, the scriptures say women are going to be saved through childbearing, man. If they continue in the faith. A lot of women not going to have children by the prophets, but they going to still be able to be saved if she continues in the faith. You women got to wake up to the truth. If y'all don't wake up to the truth, y'all can be cast out. Because you got women that are woke to the truth and keeping it to the best of their ability, and then you got women that deal with brothers that have the truth, but they don't necessarily follow after the truth. They eventually gonna have to submit or be kicked to the curb, because there's millions of women that won't. There's millions of women that are going to wake up to this gospel. Millions. There are numerous of women that will wake up to the gospel, that's gonna want a righteous holy man, and gonna want to follow after what the scriptures say, you know. And there's women that's not gonna want to, that's gonna take the MOTB, you know. You bitches that don't want to follow and take heed, brothers ain't got to deal with you. Kick your ass to the curb and bring in another woman that do want to know the truth, man. And we have all rights to do that. These crackers, these Edomites, the Edomites is the so-called white man now today that got us following after his way of life. The Bill of Rights, Constitution, and a bunch of other different doctrines which is contrary to the gospel. But the Lord is making this world submit to his gospel. You know? So if you don't want to adhere, then you're going to be destroyed. You know? Example of adhering what the man has to say. The apostle just sent out probably like a couple weeks ago though, but he's been saying it on and off. But that's because more women coming around and things of that nature. But what he say? To not ask any questions. Learn at home from your husband. Y'all can sit and listen to the truth and say shalom, but that's it. Because you women bring wickedness, man. You women bring wickedness, and y'all bring a lot of these dumbass niggas with y'all, or brothers start to get simple when women come around, man. You know, younger brothers or whatnot. This thing is about a thing of discipline. In order and structure. The scriptures say the man is over the woman, man. Women have to learn how to be a Proverbs 31 woman. Sit there and break that down, y'all. You know, study that. But there's more precepts. You got the Apocrypha, Sirach 25, 26. Those are things that y'all can look into, man. Instead of being out there in the streets, a part of this LGBT community parade. Those studies, study. That isn't a day thing to understand. That isn't a day thing to get in your spirit. All right. All right, this is Proverbs chapter 30, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. Right. You women ought to be virtuous. Get into y'all spirit. Y'all got to go through y'all character building process on being virtuous. This is the AI overview on Google. A virtuous woman, particularly as depicted in religious texts like the Bible, refers to a woman possessing qualities of moral excellence, strength, and wisdom. These qualities often include dependability, trustworthiness. You women can't be trusted. Y'all commit adultery, sneaking behind y'all man back, doing what y'all want to do, smoking, drinking, anything you could think of with these bitches nowadays, man. Going to friend's house. I watched someone, a bitch snuck her baby daddy over and got caught. You know, they weren't having sex, but he was just outside with her talking. That's all. That shit is out of order. And the justification was what? Because that's my baby dad. There's been a whole lot more videos of these bitches being caught committing adultery, man. That's totally against the Bible. Those who commit adultery are supposed to be put to death. That's a sin unto death. You know, the Lord might give you mercy that one time, but after that, it's a wrap. King David was an example. He got mercy that one time. Israel, he got punished for it. He didn't do it again. It says, these qualities often include dependability, trustworthiness, diligence, and a strong moral compass. Essentially, a virtuous woman is seen as valuable, capable, and a positive influence in her community and household, or her neighborhood and household. That's the spirit that you women have to take on. You have to have these qualities in order to be considered virtuous, or a man that an elect man would want to take to the kingdom of heaven. Because if y'all don't have these qualities, y'all getting kicked to the curb. This is how you measure a woman for you brothers, if you should have her around you or not. Bitches that's in this music industry, television, film, all them fighting and shit, them not the type of hyenas. Apostle called them hyenas. Them not the type of bitches that you would want to take to the kingdom of heaven with you. They trifle. They always on the fucking TV fighting, titties coming out, no shame, just trifling than a motherfucker, man. Rap industry, selling their soul, being tossed, sexual rituals, all of that. Now the Lord might spare a few of them type of bitches, you know, but the vast majority of them gotta die. They don't have no virtuous qualities, and when you look at them as a man, you know, you're gonna be like, nah, because we know what goes on with the industry and this TV shit. Bitches be getting trains ran on them, all the above. And in that industry, those who sold their soul be having to have sex with animals for the witchcraft power, sexual orgies, delve into that dark energy and that dark, you know. They worship the devil. Some of them don't go that far. The Lord might preserve some of them that's up in that industry, but, you know, only time will tell. But there are women out here that are much cleaner. So you bitches that's in that industry that's looking for, you know, that's that you know, you bitches in that industry, shit, y'all assed out, like, you know, y'all might just be assed out, man. Assed out. Y'all gotta die on this side, and that's fucked up. I mean, it's not fucked up. It's fucked up that you would bring yourself to that level behind whatever the fuck you going through. But that's the Lord turning their ass over to the devil. Same thing he do with the men, man. They gonna be birthed back in the kingdom of heaven, man. Here's a more detailed look at the attributes often associated with the term. Moral excellence. A virtuous woman is considered to be guided by a strong moral compass, the Bible, consistently making choices that align with ethical principles. Strength and resilience. She is depicted as having the strength to face challenges and overcome adversity. You bitches don't even like to get up and go to fucking work. Or you only thing you do is get up, go to work, and come home, go to sleep and be lazy and shit. Don't, you know, got a bonnet going outside, never always dressed to impress. You know, not keeping up the appearances and shit like that, man. Y'all don't have no real strength. Let me read it again. Strength and resilience. She's depicted as having the strength to face challenges and overcome adversity. You have to, in relationships, see, that's why you gotta learn how to teach your woman. The scriptures say, dwell with a woman according to knowledge. I think it said wisdom and knowledge. So you have to teach your woman how to be a leader. So the man has to pick up a book and learn how to be a leader himself, as well as teach his woman how to be a leader. But you women don't have those leadership qualities, man, to overcome challenges and adversity. You know, to put aside the temptation and overcome the temptation and take care of business yourself. Y'all don't even know how to manage y'all money. Both in her personal life and in her role as a wife, mother, and community member, right? Strength to face challenges and overcome adversity, man. It's on the tip of my tongue what I'm trying to get out. But yeah, that's what resilience, strength and resilience is about, man. Wisdom and discernment. She is known for her ability to make wise decisions, understand situations, and apply knowledge effectively. Right. That's basically going into not being easily tempted. one thing that two women suffer from is always saying that your man is cheating on you. Now this bitch is a part of your clothing, on your heels everywhere, well, technically all that's against the Bible for a man. I mean, that's against the Bible for a woman to be on you behind having another woman. But her discernment on recognizing who is Satan, who is trying to fuck up the relationship, the devil, the white man with his laws and such. With same thing with the jobs, you career bitches. Those type of things mess up your household. Y'all don't understand what the scriptures say, time and judgment. You know, y'all discernment is totally off. Y'all don't know right from wrong, man. This is what Eve should have used in the garden when she came in contact with Satan, man. Discernment. Y'all don't know that these niggas is purposely trying to upset your man behind certain things, especially when it comes to cheating, and y'all fall subject into that demonic ass spirit of adultery because this man is steady picking at y'all, and y'all don't have no fucking discernment that that's the fucking devil, no wisdom on how to get out of that situation. Dependability and trustworthiness. Going into what I was just saying again. A virtuous woman is reliable, trustworthy, and dependable, both in her words and actions. Diligence and hard work. She is known for her industriousness and willingness to work hard, both in her household and in any other endeavors she undertakes. Clothes making, running the store, selling clothing, at her personal job, her household, from planning. See, the white man, this devil, this Edomite, is killing off the children, the men, etc. behind his food, his medications. You being a woman should know what food to cook, what herbs to use in case the house gets sick. Y'all see, you women got it confused, y'all. What it say? You bitches want a man to take care of y'all behind y'all looks, and that's all y'all want to do. Y'all don't want to fucking work no more. What the heck? That doesn't make that's not a Proverbs 31 woman. That's not a fucking woman at all. I think the next one say something about being lazy. Yeah, you bitches lazy. You bitches lazy, man. That wisdom goes into what I was just speaking on also. Discernment, same thing. That's why it be so much gang violence, because you can't trust women. That's why so many murders, because you can't trust women. And the bitch always get away with it by the man either kill each other or go to jail. Loving kindness. She is characterized by her loving nature, kindness, and compassion towards others, especially those in need. Right. Charity. Alms. The man and the woman always arguing over money in the household. The bitches ain't got no loving kindness when it comes to that neither, especially if they make more money than the man. That's in Sirach. If she maintained her husband is full of reproach, no loving kindness. Bitches like that, that's missing its virtuous woman qualities, are gonna be put to death from various ways, man. I had just seen the little clip like day before yesterday on this guy. It was 3 black women. Look at that, 3 niggas who it was this Jake, I think, yeah, he was a black man who asked 3 black women. One was pregnant, the other 2 weren't. One looked, well, I think one looked decent. I forgot how the other 2 looked. I can't lie to you. But they didn't look like they were broke or anything. He asked them for $5 only. They had every excuse in the book than to come between themselves and give them $1 a piece or something. But he was just testing them. And I've seen a lot of these tests ran before on these bitches. And even watched women in passing, you know, when they was passing some type of bum or something, a bum asked for 50 cents or $1. And they look at him with a disgusting look. But dude was basically just testing them. Okay, I'm gonna say, yeah, he was basically testing them, see if they was gonna give it to him. And then he told him, like, yeah, this was just a test to see if you would give it to me. If you had given it to me, I'd have gave you $2,000. They failed that test. But he offered them a financial literacy book that he wrote himself. They thought he was finna say, since you're pregnant, you know, I'ma just go ahead and, no, bitch. That's that, the fuck? That's that, damn, what is it called? Damn. I forgot the word, but it's that women rule over the man spirit, man. That these women think that they over us and that they entitled to us giving them things. A lot of them bitches gonna die. Fostering peace. She is known for her ability to bring harmony and peace to her household and community. And they don't know bitch got this. Especially the nigga bitch. Big ass mouths. Always talking shit. Always complaining about something. The loudest at the fucking party. Just ignorant. Even when shit ain't going on, just loud mouthing every fucking thing, man. Don't be broke. Don't not have a job. Don't what do you call that? Don't get caught what they call cheating, and don't look at another woman just in general. Cause her loud mouth ass, you ain't gonna hit the end of it, man. But those are the type of women that you women don't want to be. Y'all want to be a virtuous woman so that y'all can make it to heaven. And then and the truth be told, a lot of you bitches over here in America not gonna make it. Brothers don't have to deal with y'all over here. Brothers can go to the east when we get the power to take back over the world and deal with women over there of the other nations. It's women being preserved for us, man. And then according to the Bible, what they call rape isn't rape according to the scriptures. Rape just means to grab. A woman, once she has reached her period, a young girl, once she has reached her period, becomes a woman. So a man is able to take that woman at that age, man. So she gonna be a virgin. Brothers gonna get virgins in the kingdom of heaven, man. You trifling ass bitches, what? 300, 400, 500, 600,000 plus. That's the trend that the cracker trying to set. That's part of their witchcraft agenda, to have 1,000 men in one day. Within 12 hours. She trying to do 10,000 in her lifetime. 2,000 is the new challenge. She already did what they said was 1,000. Even though I don't believe that bitch had that much sex with these guys within the 12-hour sitting. But that's the witchcraft they pushing out. 1, 2, you would be able to see that demon on that bitch, because these guys aren't right, and she especially not no cracker, not no Edomite having sex with another white bitch. You should be able to see the demon on this bitch by now, because these men are dropping their spirit on this hoe. So I don't believe it's pot that she done did that, but guarantee you the nigga bitch don't try that same motherfucking challenge and actually go through with it. I think I got a couple more on you women. And then I'm gonna get back to this condemn this LGBT bullshit. And then yeah, I'd rather get into some prophecy. So let's back into Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above rubies? Right. The virtuous women are going to come in the kingdom of heaven. These women got too many demons on them to become virtuous. A lot of them going to start to line up, but they're not going to be truly perfect until the laws get put in our inward parts, and that's going to be in heaven. But a virtuous woman is a woman that true women should aim to be, because her price is above rubies. She's worth more than money, man. Verse 12, she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. These are qualities that the elect women are supposed to be taking on, man. Proverbs 31 and 30. Favor is deceitful. The women that's in the industry being showed favor. Showed a lot of favor. And beauty is vain. Y'all looks is vain, man. But a woman that feareth the Lord Yahweh, she shall be praised. These are the women that the men of the Lord are seeking for. When all hell break loose, not even then. A lot of you women can't get jobs now. A lot of you women are going through hell now, especially with not being able to find a man. That's because y'all not virtuous. Yo, I'm trying to figure out what I was going to say, but that's because y'all not virtuous. Y'all have to fear the Lord, and then the Lord gonna deliver you a man. Fear the Lord, and the Lord gonna protect you in these times. You women that with all these kids are suffering. You women that now need 2 jobs because y'all wanted to be independent women are suffering. Etc. etc. Man, the Lord is messing you women up, and it's only going to get worse, and you women not going to be able to endure the hell to come. That's why y'all need a righteous holy man, man. Alright, now let me get back to these homosexuals, man. All right, this is Romans. This is Romans chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. The white man. The truth of the Most High is the true understanding of the gospel, the law, statutes, commandments, things like that, man. For this cause, the Most High gave them up unto vile affection. This is for homosexuals. Vile affection. Homosexuality. And the acts that take, the sexual acts. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. Right. Women on women, and not women on men. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves the recompense of their error, which was meat, a disease. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, everybody that's partaking in the LGBT community, I do not want to retain the Most High in their knowledge. You got friends at the LGBT shit claiming to be lesbian, transgender. They are devil worshippers. They do not fear or want to adhere to anything that the Lord is about, man. And I'm talking about the true Lord of the Bible, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, not that faggot ass, that Edomite devil, Jesus Christ, man. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to reprobate mind void of judgment, to do those things which are not convenient. The Lord gave them over. The Lord gave the man over, the woman over, the children over. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whispers. These are the spiritual traits of the spiritual traits. These are the traits, the characteristics of those that partake. Backbiters, talking behind people's back. Haters of God, they don't want to hear the Bible. Despiteful, proud, LGBT Pride Month, boasters. I was just on a bus with what it looked like. He looked like he was a faggot, but transgender. Yeah, he was a transgender. He had the breast, and he was on the bus thinking he finna dance, and the Lord turned my spirit up against him. His ass stopped dancing, and got his act together and shit. Got scared. But it says backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents. Your parents is your spiritual fathers. Your spiritual fathers are the men that's teaching the truth. Without understanding, covenant breakers. Without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful. Who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death. Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. So if you don't think there's nothing wrong with a homosexual, a lesbian, a transgender, a bisexual, queer, like the rapper, what's that nigga name? They just came out and said was dealing with a transgender. He was texting back and forth with him online. What the fuck is his name? Bossman D-Lo. Yep. But then they had the homosexual come back and try to clear it up and said he was texting himself from a friend phone, all that bullshit. When you up in that industry and you got all that money, you doing all them shows, and you up there like that, best believe that those offers are going to be thrown at you. And only a man of the Lord got the power to resist those temptations. You might be a lucky man up there that might be, well, not up there. Well, yeah, up there, as long as you ain't in the Illuminati, you might be able to resist. But to cope with that shit, they deal with transgenders. But yeah, to me, that looked like that was a cover-up because he's up there with them with all that money and such, It's one of my favorite precepts. Is 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. It says, "Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushai? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate." So if you have any of these traits, you will not go to heaven. And look them up yourself. You have the blueletterbible.org to figure out the word in the Greek, or look it up on Google, or the etymology.com to figure it out, or is it etymology.org? I forget which one, but look these words up yourself. Effeminate deals with homosexuality. We know what adulterers is. A woman having a man having sex with another man. You don't need that marriage contract to be no adulterer, man, or adulteress. Nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards. So this covetous goes into, well, Jake be covetous about certain things. Nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Right, so you can't be no homosexual, no lesbian, no queer. A part of that, because that all goes into idol worship also. A part of that world, you will not be able to inherit the kingdom of heaven, man. I don't care what your pastor said. This is the New Testament. For you New Testament believers, it's in the Old Testament also. I read that earlier. It's fucking sick. I'm going to jump. This is verse 15. "Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Yahushai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ? Shall I then take the members of Yahushai and make them the members of an harlot? God forbid." Right, the members of a harlot. That harlot represents you following other philosophies outside of the scriptures. We are Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible, whether you like it, accept it, understand it or not. And you can't just be calling yourself an Israelite and not going out there and teaching the word, man. That doesn't fly. You have to show your faith by your works, man. Damn, what is the precept? Damn. Okay. This 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 5. And spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, Noah, his 3 sons, and their wives, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. Right. The same wickedness that Jacob doing out of there is the same thing that was happening during Noah's time, in which the Lord flooded the world, man. And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow. So that was an example, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. Right. So the Lord gave the example that if y'all want to live how they lived during Noah's time, or if y'all want to live how they did during the time of Abraham and Lot with Sodom and Gomorrah, which was supposed to be your examples of not to live like that, then it's going to be done to y'all again, man, in a different fashion, though. It's finna say it. And delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. Right, and that's hearing the conversation of them homosexuals and shit. For that righteous man dwelling among them in seeing and hearing vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations. Right, and we coming into the time of Jacob's trouble, where the ultimate temptation is going to be that MOTB. And to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. The ultimate punishment that these Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans is going to get is them thermonuclear missiles, because they are unjust. They're taken after the philosophies and the customs of the societies that the Lord put down. It says, but chiefly them that walk after the flesh, and those are examples of walking after the flesh, in the lust of uncleanness, right, sinning against the Lord, iniquity, and despise government. The government is the Bible. Presumptuous are they, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignities. Anybody that's speaking against what I'm doing, the apostles and GMS doing, or brothers that's teaching the truth through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shai, that may not be a part of these groups, speak evil of dignities, man. The dignities is the Bible. Whereas angels, which are greater in power and might, bring not a railing accusation against them before the Lord. But these is natural brute beasts. These people are natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, and they will be destroyed because of their works. Speak evil of the things that they understand not. You speak evil of me condemning the LGBT community. The scripture said, cry aloud, spare not. Let me get it. Isaiah chapter 58 verse 1, cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Right, that's why my voice is exalted like it is. And shew my people their transgressions. Right, so I was told not to spare your feelings and show y'all sins against Yahweh Shem Shai, man. That LGBT community is condemned in the Bible. And the house of Jacob, their sins. Right. All 12 tribes, man. Well, I got another one. This is Titus chapter 1 verse 13. This witness is true, wherefore rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith. Right, we're supposed to rebuke our people sharply, that they may be sound in the faith. Right, tell y'all, hell no. The LGBT community is a part of the satanic agenda. Those who partake gonna die. Whether you gonna die from being stabbed, shot, or here when the nuclear missiles hit this place, man. Sodom and Gomorrah was a prime example of what was to happen if y'all committed those acts, man. When you get that stern, what it feels like harsh rebuke, that's rebuking somebody sharply. This is back at 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 12. But these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things that they understand not. They don't understand the scriptures. And shall utterly perish in their own corruption. Right, man. This is Jude chapter 1 verse 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them, because it was 5, in like manner giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. That's from them fire and brimstone, man. Revelations 11:8 said, what? This is the new Sodom and Gomorrah. So that was an example. So what's going to happen to Babylon for partaking in that same them same customs and traditions and philosophies and way of life? This is Matthew chapter 10 verse 14. And whosoever shall not receive you, the LGBT community, and niggas that agree with them being able to be who they want to be and do what the fuck they want to do, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that house, because we are basically in everybody's household with the word, or we sometimes go to people's house, or we used to go to people's houses. It says, when you depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet, meaning you don't have to go back and tell them what you just told them. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. Right. The USA is going to get it way worse than Sodom and Gomorrah got it. Sodom and Gomorrah was nothing compared to the nuclear destruction that's going to happen to America for America's wickedness. The Lord said this earth is going to wheel to and fro. It's going to shake off its axis. Meaning there's going to be major earthquakes happening at the same fucking time when them nuclear missiles hit this place. tsunamis might happen at the same time. You shaking the whole world off its axis, man. That ain't some shit that just naturally happens. That's some shit that ain't never happened, as a matter of fact. All because Babylon wanted to partake in the same philosophies that Sodom and Gomorrah partook in, man. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise. That's the kingdom of heaven for the elect. Well, starting with the elect. As some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. Right. You got some guys that counted slackness. They went back into the world, man. But the elect are not going to perish. The elect, the ones that's going to come to repentance. The truth is about long suffering. We go through all types of hell in this society, from dealing with the women, children, the Edomites, the heathens, your own brothers and sisters, relatives, sicknesses. That's part of the long suffering. Suffering all this BS and all this wickedness that's going on in this world, man. That's the long suffering. But it's eventually going to happen, but it's going to be at the Lord's time. Scriptures say, hold thou fast that which thou hast until I come. Hold the truth. Don't walk out of the gospel. Teach the gospel until I come back. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Meaning y'all not going to be aware of when it happens, man. In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. The heaven, America is known as a heaven. The nuclear missiles hitting this place is going to be a very loud noise. You might even have people going deaf during that time. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The elements, these trees, these people, these buildings, established corporations, cars, Esau's military weaponry, etc., man. Those are elements. Shall melt with fervent heat. A nuclear missile is going to create that heat and melt everything. Even mountains are going to melt. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Rivers are going to be dried up from the nuclear destruction, man. Everything is going to be burned up here, man. This place is going to be left for desolation. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Right. All holy conversation and godliness is not rap. It's not speaking about who you finna cheat on, smoking weed, or what weed strand you finna buy. Is what I'm doing, what I'm teaching. That this place is over with. The people that's partaking in these festivals and parades gotta die. Your pastors are sellouts. Your cousins got to die for hating the Lord. Unbelievers. Corrupt. That's all holy conversation, and godliness is lining up with the law, statutes, commandments, the scriptures to the best of your ability. Because you will not be able to keep it all, and ultimately it's going to be based on if you are the elect, but you show your faith by doing it. Verse 12, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth. That's the kingdom of heaven, man. Wherein dwelleth righteousness. That's what we're looking for. New heaven, new earth. We're looking for the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is going to be established on planet earth, man. All praise to Yahweh Shema Shah. It's almost over. It's almost a wrap. We're going to inhabit this place with righteousness under the law, statutes, commandments, and the things that's written in the book, man. As well as the other planets that are out there, man. We're going to rule over our oppressors. These Edomites, these white people got to go in slavery for all the wickedness that they have done and the BS that they have pushed and the witchcraft that they have done in this world. Just as well as the rest of the heathen that partook, held hands, and made sure that we didn't rise again, man. You Chinese are not up next. Y'all got slavery coming, man. Verse 14, it says, wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless. Your diligence is you doing the work, putting up the videos, edifying the flock. You women got a lot. Proverbs 31. Sirach 25 and 26. What to do and what not to do. You gotta look up them words, them vocabularies. You are not allowed to be stupid no more. The scripture said he have deprived her of her wisdom. You bitches are fucking stupid. Simps, man. And it's the man's duty to make sure that you're not stupid. You're in a time of getting active. Pushing the word, believing the word, praying more, fasting more, so we can get the hell up out of America. Because we going back to the east. When America's destroyed, she will not be built up no more. We going to inhabit the Middle East, Canada, Mexico. South and Central. Those are places that will not be hit by thermonuclear missiles. Well, let me say it right. There are other places that will be hit by missiles, but they will not be destroyed like America's going to be destroyed. America will never be inhabited again. But other places that hit by missiles will eventually be built up by our slaves, you crackers, you white people, you Edomites. Fuck, boy. Crazy ass.